Hello everyone, my name is Mark Tannenbaum and I'm president of Signature Financial Planning, and I very much appreciate you taking just a few minutes every so often to watch these videos. Our team tries to find different ways to communicate important news and good advice and our viewpoints and any other messaging with you throughout the year, and these videos are simply one way we're able to reach out to our Signature family of clients and our professional partners and friends, especially during these interesting times. I want to begin by acknowledging how lucky and blessed we are that most of our clients have not severely been impacted economically by COVID. Some have certainly, but for the most part, we haven't heard the tragic stories from our clients that we have seen and heard about from around the country. Of course, all of our families have been impacted in other ways this year, but most of you have been doing okay financially, and we are so thankful for this. But we don't take it for granted. So we want to extend the offer that if you know anyone who needs a little help with or some advice about their financial situation, someone who may not have had the means to work with a professional in the past, but they're struggling right now or struggling even more than usual because of the pandemic, put them in touch with us. Of course, we're busy, and of course, our priority is supporting you. But our team strongly believes that the world gets a lot better when we make the time and we find the energy to help those that need it most in the moment. And for anyone who has wanted to find ways themselves to help people struggling right now, we do maintain a list of local, maybe lesser known charitable organizations that are doing great work right here in Pittsburgh and around the region. So we're just a few days away from the election. The economy is still a mess and the markets have been doing okay for the most part, still fairly dislocated from the economy itself. And everyone I talk to is coping with the pandemic differently. It's shaping up to be a year like most of us could never have imagined. So here's my message to you. We got you. We have plans for everything. We're not going to be perfect in the implementation, of course, because we can't predict what's going to happen and when. But we are hyper-focused on the management of your portfolio and your financial planning. Our team is meeting throughout the week, every week, to make sure that we're all on the same page and staying current with what's happening in Washington and on Wall Street. We are staying nimble, especially over the next few months. Everyone should be allocated properly for their specific needs at this point. But there are some planning strategies that should be considered before the end of the year, regardless of the outcome of the election. For example, rates are low. Lock in low rates. If you have debt on anything, but especially your house, at least evaluate refinancing opportunities right now. If you have the opportunity to take income in 2020 rather than in the future, for example, it might make sense to think about this. If you have large capital gains, at least evaluate taking gains in 2020 that you typically wouldn't take in a given year. A Roth conversion could make sense this year. Like-kind exchanges should be accelerated if possible. These are just a few of many that should be considered. The bottom line is that if anything will be meaningfully affecting your tax liability in the near future, should have a conversation about what could be done in 2020 if at all possible. Yes, most of the planning techniques near the end of the year always have to do with taxes, not the market specifically. The consensus opinion about the market is that there is no consensus. Our portfolios are not dependent on the outcome of the election. We wouldn't make that mistake. Look, the expectation is that we will get another stimulus package passed with either candidate after the election. If there is a Trump re-election, the markets might move higher because we wouldn't have to worry about tax hikes. However, a Biden presidency might mean a lessening of tensions with China, and that would be a positive for the market overall. There are so many factors, but we believe that the fate of the economy and the markets in the short term are largely dependent on the vaccine, and by the end of November, the world will have the results of the third tier of testing. Even so, the general public will likely not see distribution of a vaccine until sometime next year. So I will reiterate to you, we got you. Regardless of what direction this country goes, regardless of how the market reacts, we are confident that we have the right plan. That said, please make sure that you communicate with us about anything in your life that might require a change in strategy as soon as you can. If there are planning techniques that we can use before the year end, we want to know as soon as possible, certainly. I want to end this video by saying thank you for your trust and confidence in our team. We appreciate our relationship with each of you very much. If you need anything or have thoughts about what I've discussed, please contact us. And as always, if you know anyone who could benefit from a relationship with Signature, we have begun working with new clients once again. Thank you, and also go vote.